What is up guys, it's James or Fuse, and with next gen consoles fully announced and one of them actually releasing, and if you don't know which one I'm referring to, that is the Wii U. A lot of people forget that that is a next gen console. Some don't even consider it, but that's a whole nother story. Now with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One fully announced, we're still lacking a lot of information about them. Specifically the PlayStation 4, we don't know any specifications, though we can already tell it's not going to be any much of an underperformer of the Xbox One, or it could be even better. So as of right now, we're still waiting on what they decide to announce at E3. And when it comes to the Xbox One, we do have a general idea of what the specs are going to be, though we're lacking one huge factor, and that is the GPU. The GPU is practically the driving force when it comes to any sort of gaming rig or gaming platform, especially when it comes to the amount of power, the graphic capability, and the longevity of what a gaming platform can hold on to. Now the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, they lasted quite some time, but the limitations hit very quickly. And when they first launched, those were ahead of its time, which was pretty amazing when they came out, when a lot of PC rigs out there that you spend thousands of dollars for were trying to keep up with something that you spend maybe $600, $500 for when they first came out. Now with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, we're all wondering how they're going to keep this lasting as long as possible. With technology and graphics cards these days advancing super quickly, with Nvidia just announcing the GTX 780, which is the little brother of the GTX Titan, which those are two powerhouse of graphics card, and from its previous generation it's already jumped 35% around that, depending on what kind of card you get, whether it's overclocked or not. That just tells you how much of a leap one generation of a graphics card can do in just 1 year, when you're talking about a console is trying to last as long as possible, 5+ years, and you're trying to, when it comes to game developers, you're going to be seeing a huge gap in PC and actual consoles because of the fact that consoles tend to hold that back. I believe a Ubisoft developer or head actually did mention that consoles do hold back the gaming development and the actual gaming market in a whole, that when a majority of the games that you have out there are actually ported from the consoles over to PC, and then you just trying to increase some of the settings and just trying to make those games perform as much as possible. Battlefield 3 is actually somewhat of an example of this. We don't have a clear description of it being a port, though there are some key features that pretty much lean to the side that it is a port from the consoles. And when you compare the two, Battlefield 3 looks beautiful even on the lowest settings when you compare it to the consoles, which are playing on a modified low setting. And Battlefield 3, almost being 2 years old now, kind of overdid the limitations that what the consoles can hold. They actually had to drop some of these settings just to make the game actually playable, and there were games prior to Battlefield 3 that kind of already showcased the limitations of it. Crysis 2, for one, is a game that showcased the limitations. When you play Crysis 2 on PC and then compare it to console, yes, it still looks really good, though there are huge limitations and huge differences that you can see, which again, consoles are holding the gaming market and the development back by a long shot, and it's kind of ridiculous. But with the next gen consoles coming out, we might be seeing a spike in what game developers are capable of. I know with Bungie and how they're trying to develop Destiny, they're trying to make it a MMO FPS, and this will probably be the first one that will ever hit consoles. And we're all, well, majority of the gaming world is kind of anticipating this, because there hasn't really been an MMO on a console before, simply because of the hardware specifications not being able to support it. And with the next gen consoles and that kind of concept, next gen consoles are going to create this huge leap in what game developers are capable of, and it's going to be the games we're going to be actually getting out of it are going to be quite amazing. If you look on the PlayStation 4 side, what they showcased with Killzone and Shadowfall, yes, it was most likely a PC demo that they showcased, which is overperforming what the PlayStation 4 is most likely going to be capable of. You're still seeing some amazing technology being implemented, and then they're only going to be scaling that back, and it looked amazing either way. Though when you're playing on a console, your biggest worry isn't how good a game looks, it's just how much fun you're actually getting out of it. Though with the main conclusion to this video is that with the next gen consoles coming out this year, yes, they are going to be overlapped in the coming years after they launch. Though when they do launch, what the actual hardware that they're going to have with it is going to create a leap in what's capable of gaming development. So overall, we're going to have a spike in what is actually capable of, what the game developers are going to be bringing out, what the games are going to be looking like. Just overall, there's going to be a time period where the PC and the consoles are going to be on the same level. You're going to have the same gaming feeling on both sides, but when it comes to the actual gaming development, they're going to be able to bring out the best of the best and not have to scale back anything. So that is it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed or hated this video, leave a rating down below. Shares are always appreciated, and like always, have a good day.